escaping fragility. What is the purpose of life? Again, you're going to be seeing this a lot in my thumbnails, okay? Get a copy. You can get the free PDF. Just Google the Almanac of Know-All, and it's the main website for this, and there's a free PDF right there. Like, literally no excuse, okay? So this book is full of wisdom. It's something that I keep opening, and I got a physical copy because I just need to take notes. All right, The Meaning of Life, page 194. A really unbounded big question. What is the meaning and purpose of life? That's a big question because it's a big question. I'll give you 3 answers. And this is obviously involved talking. This book is basically transcripts of podcasts he's done. Answer 1 is personal. You have to find your own meaning. Any piece of wisdom anybody else gives you, whether it's Buddha or me, is going to sound like nonsense. Fundamentally, you have to answer it for yourself. So the important part is not the answer, it's the question. You have to just sit there and dig with the question. It might take you years or decades. When you find an answer you're happy with, it will be fundamental to your life. Answer 2, there is no meaning to life. There is no purpose to life. Osho said, it's like riding on water or building houses of sand. The reality is you've been dead for the history of the universe, 10 billion years or more. You'll be dead for the next 70 billion or so years, until the heat death of the universe. Anything you do will fade. It will disappear, just like the human race will disappear, and the planet will disappear. Even the group who colonizes Mars will disappear. No one is going to remember you past a certain number of generations. Whether you're an artist, a poet, a conqueror, a pauper, or anyone else, there's no meaning. You have to create your own meaning, which is what it boils down. You have to decide, is this a play I'm just watching? Is there a self-actualization dance I'm doing? Is there a specific thing I desire just for the heck of it? These are all meanings you make up. Okay. He goes into a little bit more. He talks about God here and afterlife. But here's my answer, okay? So I did a video on my LSD trip recently. It was a very intense experience. Let's get this going here. All right. And Naval's brother, strange enough, because this is when I was in the middle of it, this was freaking me out when I was like thinking about, like, I've been recommending this book every day. And then I read another book by Kamal, his brother. I don't even know how I found the book. It's not because he recommended it. They just kind of made a connection. And that book is something along the lines of like living your truth. And in the book, he's got this story of like a dream he has, like a recurring dream. And he's talking to God on a speeding beam of light, because apparently that's what God does, rides around in beams of light. And God's about to speed away, and he's like, oh, hey, wait. And God's like, okay, you want to ask me what's the purpose? What's the point of all this? And the brother, visualizing himself on that beam of light, is saying, yeah, what is the purpose of all this? Like, what's the meaning? Why are we here, etc.? And God just kind of looks at him and says, you're the point. And when I was on LSD, that stuff was freaky. And I was like, I was like seeing how they're all connected and everything. It was very profound for me. But I've been thinking about it a lot. And I mean, for me, it's meaningful. And as I think about how I can be nihilistic sometimes, where I can think kind of like what he's talking about, where like literally nothing matters, nothing will matter over the course of, history, and no one will remember me or whatever. I think that often, and sometimes it can kind of bother me, but most of the time I use it as a source of inspiration to try to be in the now and to focus on the things that matter. And the things that matter to me are my relationships, my family, and doing work that matters. And the more I ideate around these and think about these, the closer I'm getting to doing that. And I've put off a lot of opportunities and a lot of things I could probably do to make money, and I've given up stress and effort and kind of slowed myself a bit in the past few years to have just more peace of mind and to spend more time freely with friends and family. Whereas before I was like grind, go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. And I could easily still be doing that and stressing myself and out for no reason. But like thinking about it and thinking about what the meaning of life is and thinking about what money is and what money isn't, and thinking about like the times I do feel the most happy and the most fulfilled, like what's going on in my life, and can I have that amazing future self I keep visualizing? Can I have it without money? And the answer is absolutely freaking yes. And so it's going to be a progression for me, but I am working on becoming better at being in the moment, becoming better at just hanging out with friends and family, become better at not always nexting, which is something he talks about in the book, which I love that idea because it reminds me to not do it. It's that idea where you're here now and you're always so focused on what's the next thing. And I've fallen into this trap hard. Like for me, it's always like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Every day, every hour, every second, everything I'm doing. Like that next thing like comes into my brain and removes my enjoyment of the now. And that's not good. That's not healthy. So really, the point of life and the purpose is to do those things that matter, to live true to yourself, to become the best you can be, and to make a difference in helping people, and to enjoy the moment, and to enjoy your time with people that you care about, and doing things that matter to you. And when you can make your work something you enjoy, you can bring those together. For a lot of people, that's a huge, huge, huge win in life because they spend like literally 30, 40 years of their life just basically working on things they don't want to work on, right? So most people would be just over the moon if they could just make money doing something they enjoyed, right? And so that's a really big pursuit for people and should be a focus to figure out, right? And there's more things you can do than you can even fathom. The internet has allowed that. So that's what it means for me. And like, I'm the point of life. Like I'm the purpose. And so are my kids. And so are the people I care about. And so is the work I do. And so is anything that I create or build that helps other people. And that flow state that when I'm in, I just feel supremely in the moment. This moment right now, it's all the point. I'm just motivated to help people kind of wake up to that and see that and pursue that. Because we really do live in a sick culture. And the things that tell you or try to tell you or control you and try to show you what is right or what's going to make you happy, even when they have good intentions, are almost always wrong and dangerous and toxic and leading you astray. So some things to think about, for sure. Some things to think about. Let me know in the comments.